Welcome back. I'm Janine Friedman, and I'm an executive coach and owner of Choice Training and Coaching Solutions. I'm glad that you joined me. Today, we're going to be discussing the very important topic of stress management. Question for you: how much stress are you feeling right now? Chances are, if you're like most, you're feeling a high level of stress or at least a moderate level of stress. Unfortunately, stress has become the new normal. But you know, as a leader, it's hard to reach your full potential if you're overwhelmed with stress. In addition, it's costing U.S. businesses over $300 billion per year due to lost productivity, absenteeism, and turnover. Your tone sets the energy level and tone for your team. So if you are putting out an energy level that's negative because of all the stress that you're facing, that's the energy level that you're going to be getting back from your team. So it's extremely important for you to figure out how to better manage your stress so that you can better manage your team. We can't address what we're not aware of. So your first step is to recognize when you're experiencing stress. So my next question for you is, what are your warning signs for stress? They're different for everyone. For me, my warning signs are things like back pain, neck pain, dry mouth. I have less patience and I tend to overreact. Just ask my children. No two people have the same exact warning signs for stress, but the key is to start to learn what your individual warning signs are. Most successful people know what their warning signs are and they address them as soon as they recognize them, as opposed to others who push through their warning signs of stress, leaving themselves open for longer-term problems like burnout, depression, illness, and disease. You are receiving physical, emotional, and behavioral warning signs for stress. Some examples of physical warning signs would be things like a stoop posture, backache, shoulder pain, neck pain, stomach ache, digestive challenges, headaches, chronic fatigue. You might want to check in with your body language. The universal sign for stress is doing this. If you notice that you're doing that on a regular basis, that could be a warning sign for you. You're also receiving emotional warning signs of stress. And the number one place that people typically go to when they're feeling stress is a place of anger. So a good barometer for you might be how you respond to the fact that you're suddenly finding yourself in a traffic jam or somebody cut you off in traffic. Are you relaxed and chill and okay about it? Or do you find yourself really angry and ready to get out of the car and start screaming at somebody? Other emotional warning signs might be things like feeling sadness, mood swings, scattered thinking. You might find that you're losing your sense of humor, or other emotional things like that. And lastly, we are also getting behavioral warning signs of stress. And this is how you might notice yourself acting. So you might be responding with a short temper. You might notice that you're acting on impulse. You might see that you're withdrawing from relationships. You might be late to a lot of things. You might be avoiding work. You might be changing jobs often. You also might notice that you're experiencing some nervous habits and an increase in those nervous habits like nail biting, smoking, or even relying more heavily on things like alcohol or other substances. So your first step is to recognize when you're experiencing warning signs of stress. I encourage you over the next week or so to really tune in and be mindful of the physical, emotional, and behavioral warning signs of stress you're experiencing. You might even consider jotting them down. Tune in next time and we will be providing strategies and tools for you to address your stress once you recognize you're being impacted by it. What are your warning signs of stress? Feel free to comment below to join the discussion. Remember, success is a choice.